Let's see if everything went correctly. Alright, cool. Looks like I'm live. Earlier stream today, folks. A little early afternoon stream. I'm gonna be busy later, so I figured I would do this nice little midday. How's everybody doing? Let me make sure the chat is activated too, so I can take a look at that. Perfect. Perfect. How's everybody doing on this fine day? I had some tournament replays. Gen 9, Gen 8, Gen 7. It's gonna be a good time. Actually, I should actually pull these up. Oh, actually, damn, they have mad replays here. Perfect. Alright, cool. But yeah, I got a lot of tournament replays to go over. I haven't done a tournament stream in a couple weeks, I think. I did an upload of the SPL tiebreak games, and that was fun. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I did that with BKC and Lex, but I was like, what should I stream today? What's something fun? And I figured, you know what, tournament stream could be fun. Who's the mega of the day? Give us the scoop. Who is the mega of the day? That's a good question. I think I have no idea what we're gonna do. Probably it's on my channel. Probably a OU mega. I don't really know which one I want though to do. What should I do? Maybe Glalie for today. I'm trying not to use the tryhard megas till we get higher up on the ladder, but it might be time. It might be time just because that shit is mad fun. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Nikki for the 7 months. Agency, appreciate everything you do, Blunder. Thank you. Appreciate you. We chilling. I got some Gen 9, some Gen 8, some Gen 7. Glalie sounds cool. Mega Steelix. Let me check if I even have a Steelix. A Steelix team, actually. Let's take a look. Let's take a look if I even have a Steelix team. Why are my dimensions so weird? Shout out Ryan, man. Thank you, homie. Oh, wait, no, they're fine. Whatever. How do I like check? Okay. Okay, let's see. This should do. This should do. I like Mega Steelix. That Pokemon is always really fun. When we're using Iron Defense or whatever, it doesn't really matter. This guy's the GOAT. Mega Steelix, I think we got really high up on the ladder with Mega Steelix in the past. Whatever. My team builder's off, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not here to show off my team builder today, even though it's the greatest inventions of all time. Shout out Cop V in the chat. What up, gang? Appreciate you. Steelix for the Brock fans. Is that Brock's number one? Steelix? I really don't know. I haven't watched Pokemon anime like that. Like, what was the one? It's like Pokemon Galactic or whatever. I think that shit used to come on before I went to school. Let me look this shit up. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Galactic Battles. I remember this. I was like 9 or 10. I didn't even like care about Pokemon, but I remember those. That series is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty tough. I remember. At least I think I watched it occasionally. I feel like I did. I don't remember, maybe. Wonder, you gotta tap into the Golisopod versus Primarina anime fight. Why? What's in there that's so fire? After I saw Ash versus Tobias, you know that really made me tight. Not to mention when Infernape used Flare Blitz and removed hazards from the field. Whenever that shit happened, that was tough. That was tough on me. Isn't this a sample team? This is CTC's team from last year that he and Lax built, and Lax brought its tournament. It had like a pretty ownage game. I remember Lax led off with Iron Crown, Terra Steel, and turn 1 and killed everything. But yeah, how that team's still holding up, because every team CTC makes is timeless. They need to add Flare Blitz hazard removal to the game. No, sir. Not me. Alright, so this is from just yesterday, actually, judging by the date. The date of this, hold on. April 18th, yeah, so this was just yesterday. It was the Scarlet Violet tour, live tour. And so I was like, bet, I'll do Gen 9. I'll go over some Gen 8. We'll go over some Gen 7. Did you see they updated the SM sample teams? They updated yesterday, and they have some cool stuff like Spidef Excadrill. I did not see that, but that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I have like one SM team I like with Altaria plus Excadrill. If it's even on here. Damn. Looks like I have all my teams stuck on like random, like super random paste bins, like on my computer, or rather TXT documents. Hisui Arcanine with Flare Blitz. Stop talking about Flare Blitz hazard removal. Alright, enough. Enough is enough. Anyways, so this was from the semifinals of yesterday's live tour. If you guys don't know how this tournament works, it's like every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a live tour that usually gets like 150 to 200 people max. Probably less than that, honestly. But basically, it's just a live tour. People play up until they get to the semis, finals, however far they get. You get a point for every round you win. And then at the end of 9 weeks, so it's 3 weeks for each recent gen. So it's Gen 9, 8, 7. Each generation gets 3 weeks dedicated to it. After that, the playoff starts, and the people who won the most, they're in the top 16 bracket, and then they play. So this was my favorite tournament back in the day. I played this shit 5 times in a row, and I made it all 5 seasons. And then I won the 5th season. I never played again. I still love this tournament. It just takes hella time, because you got to give up your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a big chunk of your time. But it's my favorite tournament. I really do like live tours in general. It's fun. It's very like think on the fly. I like when people don't have 56 hours to prepare their team or whatever the fuck. They just got to go in and battle raw, because people usually just bring like balance or offense more often than not. People stall now and then. I used to stall now and then too. You never know. Bro, you started streaming when I was trying to watch Lisa from Blackpink's Coachella performance again. Put that shit on the side. Put that shit on the side and mute me. But yeah, so let's get into it. So this team right here that Zamug is using, this is a team that CTC and Lax made last summer. So it's about a year old. Great team though. It's Specs Iron Crown, AV Samurai, Boots Dragapult, Water Garg, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Water Garg. Whatever, Fizz Def Zapdos, and then Max Speed, Max Attack, Tusk. This team on the other side, this is my friend Ima playing. This is a team CTC made for me like 6 weeks ago for a tournament. And nobody used it besides me, because I only gave it to like a couple of my friends, but nobody used it. I think I have it in my builder still if I check. Let me see. How'd I go Gen 9? I do have it. So, yeah. This team is pretty solid. Triple Dragon. CTC gave this to me for a tournament series. I actually won with this team. I didn't end up winning the series, but I won with this team. It's a strong one. It's really just like the only real crazy thing is Latios, because people they like forget about Latios, but I really like Calm Mind, Terra Steel, Latios, especially with Soldu, because you get that 1.2x to both stab moves. It's actually pretty damn strong. Latios' natural bulk is good. If you guys have played on the ladder at any point in the last year and you're not at 1000, you've probably ran into a Latios at least once. And basically every single Latios is Terra Steel, because with Levitate, it's able to wall so many different Pokemon. Walls lay under his T. It can take on Dragonite. Like if this Dragonite set, which is like the most basic of Dragon Dance, Dragonite. If this set ran into Terra Steel Latios, it's more or less walled, right? All your moves are resisted. So Latios turning Steel type is one of the best Terras. It's literally always this Terra as well. I remember at one point CTC was like, run Terra Dragon so we can get the ultimate KO, and I'm like, hell no. Hell no. Terra Steel is really nasty though. You're able to just check so many Pokemon. Because Latios with regular Dragon Psy is weak to every move ever, bro. Dark type moves, Ghost type moves, U-turn, Dragon, all that shit. It's one of the few Pokemon that people Terra early game, and it's not like, it's not automatically like, oh, you wasted your Terra immediately. And you don't have to Terra this even every time. Like, it's still strong enough. I remember Calm Mind Draco did like half the Tinglu, because you still have the Soldew boost. And people are so used to weak-ass shit like Dragapult clicking Draco. There's a big difference between 299 and 359, right? Latios is a good, like, 20% stronger, literally, so. And then it has the Soldew as well. Like, this really hits hard. So, I'm a fan of Latios. But yeah, at least I'm happy that I actually have this team still, so I can at least show it off. Then the Landorus is some random... I made this myself. CTC had it as max HP, max speed, but I was like, no, we're going to put attack on it for no reason. And then we're going to put HP, you know. When you don't know what to do, just, you know, you mix it up a little bit. Tinkaton is cheap. Dragon immunity is needed with a team like this. They get 6-0 by dragons. This team's pretty weak to like Kyurem or whatever, but play well, I guess. And yeah, so I like both these teams here. Two really nice teams, honestly. They get the job done. Okay. So this was for the semifinals. Terra Steel Hydreigon Nasty Plot is good too. There was a time when that set was literally like top 10 on the ladder. It was forever ago, but that was one of the most spammed sets, because again, same thing as Latios. You have Levitate, Steel type, you can switch into Kyurem, you can switch into all types of shit. Nasty Plot Flash Cannon with the Stab Flash Cannon was really nasty too. Man, I loved Hydreigon back in the day. Damn, Hydreigon is him. I love Hydreigon. You like Terra Fight Aura Sphere Lati? Not really. Like I said, bro, Latios, if it's not Terra Steel, there's no point. Doing offensive Terra for a move that's not even your stab is for sure a waste of time. That's for sure a waste of time. Like, there's no reason where Terra Fight Aura Sphere would do better for you than just turning Terra Steel and clicking Aura Sphere, if that's what you really wanted to do. Either way, I don't think Latios has room for much randomness. Like, you can run like Scarf if you want to run something weird, but any Latios that's not Calm Mind, Recover, Terra Steel is not good in the current metagame, or ever, to be honest. The only thing I would maybe say could work is like Scarf, Terra Dragon, which is definitely not good either, but I'm just saying that in case somebody did want to change it up. Some Pokemon you don't change up. If they're already shit Pokemon, like Latios, which is barely even OU, you don't switch it up and put random fun stuff on it. It's a sell. That's how it always goes. Alright, let's watch this. Samurai lead into Dragapult. I don't remember. Pult's boots on this team, so Samurai's able to stay in if it wants to and just go for Ceaseless Edge. Switches out in the Tinkaton turn 1. Maybe afraid of Specs, but no, it's not Specs. Or didn't want to take the burn, whichever the case is. Landorus comes in here. Because I gave my boy the Landorus with the attack EVs, you're going to see the Stone Edge Calm to it KO on Zapdos. But because it's not max HP, it's going to take 54. Stone Edge comes out there. Again. This thing did take a good amount of damage, I'm not going to lie. Nice 5%. Makes me think this is max HP, honestly. Rocks go up there as Samurai is back and able to just click Razor Shell for some chip. Razor Shell, one of the easiest to spam moves. Ceaseless Edge here for some chip. Big shoutouts to my boy Micro in the chat with the 5 gifted. Thank you very much, my man. Let me see some crawls in the chat. Make sure if y'all got gifted a membership or became a member, you join the server. I want to see you all in there. The agency is on it's growing. All right, we're on the come up. I gotta get back to 1,000. Also, big shouts to everybody who showed up yesterday to the charity stream. It was mad late at night, but it was a lot of fun. I had a total blast doing it with Joe. It was super fun. It was like 2 hours we played on the Fusion server, which is always jokes. And then also, what was it? We played golf with friends afterwards, and that was super fun. That was super fun. it was a good time, man. Hopefully, I'll do something like that again. Shout out to Twitch chat as well. I gotta open up that in a separate tab. I be dual streaming. For those of you on Twitch asking if I'm back to streaming on Twitch, technically I am, but it's just because you can dual stream now. Twitch stopped crying about people double streaming. So, last Twitch stream I remember was you watching the Pokemon anime on stream. Those were some of my greatest streams of all time, and something I need to go back and do again, because that was real cinema. That was real cinema when we were watching Ash versus Tobias and all that bullshit. I need to plan a stream at some point. That'll be my next 1,000. That'll be my next 1,000 member goal. Yeah, that'll be my next 1,000 member goal. We'll go back to Twitch, and I'll have to watch your guys' your favorite Pokemon battles, because there are some, there are some really good ones out there. There are some really good ones out there. But yeah, big shouts to Miko for the 5. Thank you, homie. We back on the rise to 1,000. Ceaseless Edge, Ceaseless Edge. This is all Samurai does. Pulls up. Just click Ceaseless Edge. We got 2 Samurais here just jerking off. Just clicking Ceaseless Edge. Okay. Knock off here. Sucker Punch. Does not get the 3rd layer for no reason. Even though 2 layers, it makes no sense if you're not going to get the 3rd one. But sure. Dragapult comes in on a headlong rush and gets crit. That fucking sucks. Damn. That is really tough. That is really tough. Pult takes like 80 from that. So that sucks. It would have been able to live and fire off a pretty much unpunished Draco. Because Crown is still going to have to... If Crown did come out, it would still take a lot. Either way, you get 1 spike or you get 3 spike. That BKC vid is an iconic vid for a reason. 1 spike is 12.5, 2 spikes is 16.67, and 3 spikes is 25. So really, the 2nd spike will never do you good. Like, you're wasting your time. If you're getting that 2nd spike, you better have a game plan for that 3rd spike. There is no, I need 2 spikes. That's just not real. For 1 spike or 3 spike. The marginal difference of an extra 4.6 is not real. It's not even 4.6, it's 4.16. Latios comes in here. It's able to click Draco or whatever pretty freely. Calm Mind is clicked, which is a great play, knowing that Tusk is not here to stay in. That was a great play. We see Terra Steel clicked here as Calm Mind is clicked again. Latios' speed tier coming in clutch. Because Terra Steel was clicked, it's still able to do half because Specs. Specs Iron Crown's a threat. But because Terra was extinguished there, Latios is going to be able to pull up and Terra Steel itself, yup, and recover. Now, Draco Meteor is going to Oko Garg, yup, perfect. And this Latios cannot even be killed from this range. Like, this is going to come into a Focus Blast. Alright, so Samrock gets sacked. Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, damn, that looks bad. I mean, Terra's been extinguished though, so I'm pretty sure it's just over. DD here. Unfortunately, this is Adamant D-Knight because I'm mad greedy and I always run Adamant. Yeah. Instead of Jolly. But you need that power, man. Jolly E-Speed is such a wet noodle attack. I hate that shit so much. Ice Spinner still does 31 to Great Tusk despite being burned, so it's free to just Ice Spinner again. Because if this guy clicks Rapid Spin, you can switch out the next turn into Latios. Yep. Makes sense. Ice Spinner here, but again, like I told y'all, Terra Steel Latios is mad annoying. Shit walls all ground types for life, for the most part. Dragonite comes in on Focus Blast, takes 32, because Crown is not a weak Pokemon. Like, that's some strong shit. Doubles back into Landorus, which is a great play. That was a great play, knowing that was actually a great play. Because Zapdos is actually able to come in on Dragonite and roost off because it's burned. But going Landorus stops that altogether. That was a nice play. Tusk comes in, but no, buddy. Landorus is 302 speed. That's my homegrown EVs, buddy. AKA take 252 HP and break it down. 128 HP, 128 attack. U-turn gets clicked there, which is a good play. So that Iron Crown can come in safely. I think Tachyon might not kill this. Maybe it does. Probably does. Tinkaton doesn't run Spit F. Clicks Volt Switch. Whoa. Did it really not kill? maybe didn't want Latios to come in afterwards and get Calm Mind off, which is fair. But now Stone Edge is free. Yup. Let me see. I think it's on just 248 HP. I'm actually curious about this. I'm actually mad curious about this now. Let me pull this up and see the calc. I'm actually really curious about this. Why did he not just I mean, I understand why he didn't Tachyon. I guess it just really didn't want Latios to set up, but you can't really stop that regardless. Draco still does 40. Iron Crown has good spit F2, but Latios with that Soul Dew is no joke. See Volt Switch again. Maybe it does live Tachyon straight up. Because Tinkaton is pretty bulky. I just want to know for myself. Iron Crown. This bitch is so strong, bro. I just changed the ability. Choice specs Tachyon versus Tinkaton. Utility. Terra Steel. Damn, Tinkaton is a fat bastard. That's not even close. 78 to 93. That's not even close. Tinkaton's pretty shiced. I'm not gonna lie. It was at 94, and it's a 78 to 93. So yeah, it gets Thunder Wave there. It's really bad. I understand. Also, if you do Tachyon there, Latios is still gonna come in the next turn and Calm Mind and win. I mean, from this point, like even earlier on, Latios always had this shit. That Terra Steel into these types of structures where, you know, you have, yeah. I mean, Garg did die, but Garg is also not really a wall to something like this. +1 Draco blows it up. I mean, it went down to +2 Draco, but yeah. Even there, it doesn't matter at this point. Even if T-Wave misses, it doesn't really change anything. Yeah. You click Calm Mind. You click Calm Mind again. Oh, nice sign noise. What the fuck? That was an outplay. Cause Focus Blast kills us at 61. Oh nah, that was a Lord Reed. What the fuck? Oh wait, no, it's Terra Steel. Never mind, that shit died anyways. I thought it was Steel Psychic still. Never mind, that shit died anyways. That wasn't no Reed. That shit just died. I didn't realize it was still Steel. Thought it was Steel Psy. That being said though, this is a good game to show why Latios can be a threat. Like that thing was a giga threat this battle. That was a nice one. This was a nice showcase of Latios being annoying. You know, dragon type Pokemon people always want to use Roaring Moons. Well, Roaring Moon's banned now. It was banned for this tournament too. But Roaring Moon, Dragonite, Raging Bolt, Pult, all that shit. People sleep on Lati. You just gotta find the right build for it. But offensively and defensively, this guy has a pretty good utility, I will say. So it was good to see Latios put in that work here. It's good to see this team is still really strong a year later too. Like this team is definitely not bad still. This is a good one. So this was the semifinals. This was the other game in the semifinals. Okay. So PDC is using a team CTC made a couple months ago. This team saw a good amount of tournament use. I used it myself in tournament, and I won a game because the Keldeo on this team is Specs, and everybody always thinks it's Boots Keldeo. And I remember I led against Kyurem, and the dude with Kyurem stayed in because Boots Secret Sword doesn't kill, but I'm Specs, so I turned 1 O-code, and like I won the game right there. But this team is pretty risky because there's no hazard removal, and this team probably has Dio hazards if I had to guess. Primarina is also always scary to these types of like D-Knight, Lu type structures. This team looks pretty cool. Looks pretty strong. I like balanced like offensive mons type shit like Landorus, Primarina. Those guys are built to take hits but then also attack pretty hard. That's why I always like Rocky Helmet Landorus with some attack on it because you're still bulky as shit, but you hit hard because you're a Landorus. 145 attack is not going anywhere. Where the fuck is Sinistra? Dude, Sinistra's Sinistra fell off, bro. Nobody is looking for Sinistra anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, Primarina is one of those mons where if you don't have a G-King and you're not using full stall, you usually will lose one Pokemon unless the opponent is balls. That's what I usually... Because, like, Moonblast, Surf is impossible to switch into for most teams. Look at this team. There's 5 Pokemon that get blown up by Moonblast, and then Tinkaton, which can take 2 Surfs and can threaten with strong Gigaton, but it cannot really switch in that easily, you know what I mean? And even this team right here, Primarina, if it came in on... like 4 of these guys can just spam Moonblast. What happened to Sinistra? Sinistra just came and went. I don't even think it's like bad. Oh, I'll tell you what happened to Sinistra. Roaring Moon usage went up to 4,000. So it's like whatever. Plus knockoff started getting spammed more and more again. Metagame evolved, bro. Metagame evolved. Sinistra had its time where it was very solid, especially in like the ogre spamming meta, but everybody runs knockoff U-turn Ogerpon as well, so your Sinistra comes in first time on knockoff, and then the next time you come in with rocks up, it's over. If Sinistra doesn't have his boots and hazards are up, you're done. Like, it's not going to do anything. Sinistra's one of those mons, man, that it had to really... You have to have a lot of conditions met. So, it's just one of them things. Knockoff is such a bitch, man. Especially for Pokemon like Sinistra that need everything to kind of go the right way for them. It's tough. Even Great Tusk started running knockoff again. Shit like that. I think maybe there's like a place for Sinistra somewhere, but it's gonna take a while. Like, we're gonna have to see a different like metagame shift for that. I used Rocky Helmet Cha and BSS, and he beat Station plus Cali Ice. He's still shy. Shout out to my boy Splash Plate in the chat, the GOAT. Yeah, I can believe it though, especially with that Terra Poison. What's the Terra on CTC's team? Terra Fairy or Terra Poison? Let me check. I don't actually remember what his was. Let me take a look. Fairy. So this is CTC's old team. This is like the best team ever. But I don't know, dude. It's probably like you could probably bring this team and still win with it, like in a tournament, because it's like overall pretty solid. But Sinistra has just gotten a lot harder to really succeed with, man. It's really that knockoff shit. Also, Sinistra in an HO meta. You know what this really got? You know what this really got overtaken by? Pecharunt. People wanted a ghost type that can check Za forever. Za can't beat Pecharunt unless it's Terra Dark, like max attack, even if you knock off Pecharunt's boots. So that was a big deal. Pecharunt came around and people were like, that's a real ghost type. Like, this set, it's obviously this isn't no sweeper. Also, this is an old set. People don't really run Hex as much anymore. They run Foul Play and Shadow Ball and shit like that. But also, nobody runs max speed anymore. They run like 152 speed or some shit. The point I'm trying to make though is that as far as the defensive ghost type that can fit on offense, people started going back to Petch. They started going back to Gold. It was just easier. Also, Sinistra's not that good into special attacking anything. Like, it's gonna get pressured really hard. I don't really have any, what's it called, argument for like, or not argument. I don't really have any debate that for Pecharunt versus Sinistra. Like, they have different roles. But as far as a Pokemon that's easier to work with, it's gonna be Pecharunt more often than not. But don't sleep on Sinistra. Like, if I look at this team that CTC gave me recently, Sinistra can probably do something good versus this. This team can't really switch into Matcha Gotcha and Shadow Ball. But like, let's say you get knocked off. It's annoying. I mean, I don't know if this team is the right example. This shit is actually kind of weak to it. You have to go Gold and kill it. But Sinistra, bottom line is, it takes too much. It takes too much to get started. Petch gets more reliable recovery, right? Yes, it does. Recover is a big deal. On the flip side, you gotta always strength sap with your Sinistra if you want to get anything done. I uploaded a little clip on Twitter with this team. I was gonna record this with CTC, but it's tough to catch him with the 12-hour time difference. He made this team though. It was pretty fun. I recorded a vid with my boys Lax and 3D yesterday, and we got to 1980 on the ladder with this bullshit ass team. Look at the sets on this team. Scarf Ogi. Room Service Serp. Y'all don't even know what this does. If Trick Room is yo, the video tomorrow is probably the greatest Showdown live you'll ever see. The charcoal off, like, this shit was absolutely crazy. Lex made this team in 5 minutes, and he was like, let's troll on the ladder with this. And I was like, let's do it. And what came next was just the most cinematic of cinematic material. I won't spoil too much, though. You'll have to see it tomorrow when it goes live. God, Lex just won't let this okie dokie shit go, man. He never lets it go. And then one time, he convinced me to bring it, and I got fucking fried in the game. I remember he was like, bring okie dokie. Trust me, it fulfills everything you need. You know what my okie dokie did? I predicted the switch to Tusk. With my okie dokie, I clicked Ice Punch. The shit did 33%. And I was like, yeah, why the fuck did I bring this Pokemon? And not a real Pokemon like Walking Wake. I was so tight. I was so tight. I was like, why did I get tricked into bringing this bullshit? All right. But that's gonna be a fun one to watch tomorrow. So look forward to that. Scarf Dogi is insanity, dude. Okie Dogi is so fucking garbage. I don't care what nobody says. That shit is ballsack. Okay. What was the reasoning for dropping Score off this build? This is just a different variation of that team. It's just like an offensive version. Anyways, let's get into it. Looking at it, Primarina's a big threat to this. I'm not gonna lie. Dragonite can win with DD Terrablast Fairy. It's not too tough, but offense versus offense. Tinkaton lead into Deoxys is fine. Taunt? Okay. Landers comes in turn 1 on Stealth Rock. Good lead. Go Keldeo. Yep. Trade rocks. Honestly, bro, I think I would click Secret Sword because I think the Primarina's AV. I wanna see what that is. It is AV. If he Secret Sworded, it would have done like 40. But it's pretty obviously AV on this team, seeing as nothing can switch into a special attack. So, but Primarina's gonna be able to go for Surf. You can see it does a good amount of chip to Tinkaton. Landorus or Ace is free as Gigaton comes out. This is Thunder Wave, so that was a good play going into Ace, knowing that Landorus being in the first time makes the Tinkaton not want to click T-Wave into Landorus. This team is also pretty weak to offensive Ace, and I'm pretty sure it is offensive Ace, judging by the damage it took. 40 is so fucking crazy, bro. Clicks Wisp here, and gets Pyro Balled again. Wisp is crazy. I would have just U-turned at that point. Probably tried to predict what, Sucker Punch? Oh, this is Goob now. Those were nasty outplays. Aqua Jet is nuts. Oh nah, he's cooked. Yeah, this is clipped. More often than not, if the early game goes like that. But if Weavile has low kick, it's more than able to kill the remaining Pokemon on this team. Why did Earth Power do 43%? What the fuck? Wait, what? Is that not so much damage? Dragonite comes in on Secret Sword, which is fine. Tinglu comes in here as D-Knight's gonna click what, DD? Just go for some pressure. Yup. We'll see if this has Ice Spinner or not. Doesn't look. Wow, bro. 24 is crazy. What the hell? Tinglu is such a fat bastard, bro. Clicks EQ on Deoxys trying to get damage. Gets EQ'd again. Gets up spikes. That works good. E-Speed's here. Trying to catch the other D-Knight? I don't know. I don't even know. Prim gets Whirlwinded in, which is great. For Karapinga. Moonblast, 20%. Aqua Jet's here. Just to get a little bit of extra chip before going down to Gigaton Hammer. That Primarina put in the work, man. Good pivot. Ace comes back in here to knock this out with Pyro Ball. Ace is faster than everybody except for Weavile. D-Knight comes in on U-turn. Dragon Dance is going to get clicked most likely, right? Right, okay. I don't know if E-Speed kills this or not. Oh, it's Terra Fairy, right. Oh my goodness, that shit is strong. DD's again, but it's going to die to E-Speed, so... Should have just probably EQ'd and killed Deoxys. Then again, probably was afraid of getting Ice Beam, but nobody's gonna Ice Beam when Terra's still on the field. If you click Ice Beam on Terra normal, you'd lose. You do like 20%, and then, not 20, you like 30. And then Dragonite's too healthy to die to whatever. Cycle Boost is always getting clicked here, because in his mind, chip Dragonite, kill it with E-Speed. So, should've just killed the Deoxys. Dragonite comes in to click E-Speed. Kills this with EQ. You gotta go what? We've at this point, but you take half from E-Speed. Yeah. Knock that out with a knockoff. I don't know if Weavile is low kick, but I feel like it's not. I don't really remember though, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Keldeo comes in on Iron Head. Takes 37. Cinderace comes in on Vacuum Wave. Oh, Surf. Fair. DOS comes right back in. But Terra's in the back, and I would wager that this is Terra Ghost Gambit anyways. Not that it matters, because this is not going to Terra. Yeah. I bet it was Terra Ghost, though. I honestly feel like this could have been won pretty easily. Oh, Terra Flying. Fair. Encore. Trying to catch the Sucker Punch. Then again, though, Terra Blast doesn't kill here, so... Yeah, Terra Blast doesn't kill here at 47, so I guess there was really no... That was a close one. This was closer than I would have expected, given how many turns were won by the opposing side. That was mad closer than I expected. Life on the line, who you bring into an OU game? Okidogi or Kokwavo? Bro, you just asked me two pieces of shit. But I would bring Okidogi, probably. Yeah. Even though Okidogi is terrible. Classic. Classic, bro. Yo, is my stream back? I disconnected for a second. Did my shit go down or did it just spike? Ugh. Did my stream go down? Somebody tell me in the chat. Somebody tell me in the chat if my shit went down. Alright, as long as it just spiked, I don't care. The worst thing that can happen is when the whole stream goes down. And then, I'm ready to fucking get so tired. I hate it. I hate it. Alright, as long as it's on the same video. I hate when the shit gets split into like 3 videos. I need to get a new modem. I have a beast of a router. And then my internet provider told me, yeah, actually, go ahead and buy a modem too, OG. Yeah, sure, man. Let me just buy everything. Pieces of shit. Okidogi heard the slander and pulled the plug. He literally got mad and pulled the plug. Fuck Okidogi. Fuck Okidogi. Not even a real Pokemon. Shouts to Okidogi for the one time. CTC sent me some new teams. He said this is easy as fuck. Nice. He know just what I like. When bro sends the team and says this shit is easy to use. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, bitch. OU Game 7, you bringing Hitmonlee or Mienfoo? What the fuck? Hitmonlee. I just copied that Serptorque team and I'm going LeBron on 1700's ladder. Yo, Trick Room will always be like decently viable. Trick Room has never been as good as it's been in Gen 9, which is pretty fun. It's always gonna be like a cheese strategy, but nah, it's putting in that work. Is CTC ready to cook some Emboar teams for Legend Za? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Please tell us what you would like him to chef up, and I'll get that bastard back in the sweatshop and cooking. Trick Room kind of fire against offense. It can be fire against a multitude of team styles. Like this is CTC's Trick Room Rain. He got to 1900s on the ladder with this. Let me change my dimensions. I'll upload with this at some point with him, but this is some funny shit. Ursaluna, big abuser. Let me just look up Cress, because Cress is all Trick Room guys. Stormzone gave me this team way back in the day. And I always had pretty good success using this on the ladder. This is more of a, like, pure trick room. There's, what? Oh, there's only 2 trick roomers on this team, though. So you gotta work fast, honestly. Also, Hatterene is one of the most free leads ever with Focus Sash Trick Room. It's one of the most free. Yeah, I mean, this was one of the first, like, pseudo Trick Room teams that I used. My boy Ima made this. So Hatterene leads, gets up the Trick Room for Ursaluna, and then after you early game break with those 2, your team is pretty normal. He had Enamorous too. This shit's balls, but, you know, it's like, it's fun. But I remember my boy Ima brought this to tournament, and he went stupid with this. He went stupid with this team. This was the first time I saw Specs Keldeo, and look at the EVs and the nature on this Keldeo. I remember when he showed me this team, I was like, ain't no way. And he's like, no, you need Modest Surf to beat G King. And I'm like, there's just no way. But then when he brought it to tournament, shit went stupid. It's killing everybody. But I remember when I saw this, like, the plus speed in my heart, I was like, bro, don't run Modest. Please don't run Modest. But nah, that shit went stupid. So this is actually the first time I remember seeing Specs Keldeo. This was last summer, I think he used it. I don't know if I have the game. I can probably find the game. Because this team is actually sick. Let me find the game. This team is actually pretty dope. Let me show you guys. Found it. Yeah, I knew it was in our chat. I had to type Modest Specs Keld. Noob gut. Okay. How did this game go down? I hope he won. I really don't remember how this worked. Alright, Chili out immediately. But B2B is in this bitch. Goes Golden Go here. On Iron Moth. Glasscore's gonna come in on Fiery. Take 36, 34. Damn, that bitch is fat. I think you just switch. Yep, Keld comes in. I'm actually mad hype. Protect makes 0 sense there. Let's see. Let's see how much this does. See? That's that chip. That Modest. Yo, I remember this now. I remember, Keldeo went fucking stupid. I remember this there. And then Enamorous, his fat ass turtle, just pulls up. Mystical Fire on the switch. Calm. Because dropping this allows you to go Keldeo next turn. Oh, he went Ursa. I guess you don't want to get, like, Mystery T-Waved. Gold's gonna come in here on what Facade. SD gets clicked. Nice mid-ground. Oh, he's Shadow Ball Dazzle. He's cooked. Samurai comes in here. Razor Shell probably 2 KOs this. Yeah. Okay. Keld's coming back in. He's probably gonna serve, bro. Yeah. But still does a shit ton. Knockoff won't save you. Because Secret Sword. Oh, he clicked Vacuum there. Unnecessary. Oh, Surfs again. Nice play. Well, Press doesn't even kill this. This would have to be CC. Which I feel like it is. Oh, it's not. Damn. That was a nice surf again. I mean, again, it lived. But Keld is no joke. Alright, just tries to get damage on this. Keld comes in. This is back when Gouge was around. Look at the damage, man. Look at the damage of Modest, man. So inspirational. Resto Ches Za. Does this kill? No. The funny part is there's still a hat in the back with Trick Room. And then Vacuum Wave is here anyways. Score comes in. Did Trick Room even get clicked? I guess it didn't need to get clicked. But now Za comes in. Basad. Hatterene in the back. Trick Room. You already know who's coming in. It's over. Sub SD. Yo, my boy was cooking. Bro, what the fuck? I told you, this team was so crazy. This is an old game. This is a super old game. I just wanted to show the Modest Specs Keld Trick Room. You see this shit? The end game Trick Room into sub. This game was so nuts. This shit was so funny. Okay. So let's get to the final game of the tournament. So this was the finals of the live tour. Heat Crash not even breaking sub is crazy. Dude, it's because Ursaluna probably weighs 900 pounds minimum. Probably 12,000 pounds minimum. Ursaluna's a big bitch. Straight up. It's a big bitch. You gotta be prepared. Let's see. That's pretty fire. Okay. Reshiram needs to be unbanned. Gouging without recovery and EQ. Didn't it used to have Roost? They took it away? They be hating. They be hating. Ursaluna benches 3 cows. Ursaluna's fucking beastly. I've never brought Ursaluna. Actually, that's cap. I brought Ursaluna to a tournament one time, and it had mad speed EVs on it. And so the opponents, they brought in Walking Wake after we paralyzed it in the game. This was in the $1,000 tour I played, like a year and a half ago with my boy Star Master. If you guys remember, the format of the tour is you just play with your friend, and like it's like a just 2-on-2 tournament or whatever. But I remember we had a fast Ursaluna. It was actually a team that I got from a viewer named Joe. Shouts to them. And what's it called? Yeah, we had mad speed on the Ursaluna, and so after the Wake was Thunderwaved, the opponent brought it in thinking it'd be faster, but we were faster and we just killed that shit with Facade. And I was like, Ursaluna shiest. That team was so weird. That shit had Adamant Ogerpon with Zen Headbutt and other bullshit on it. Good times, man. But yeah, so we got Webs here. This is Webs with Double Dance Gliscor. I don't know who made this team, but it's definitely annoying. I mean, Webs is always going to be pretty solid. This team looks to be just like a bulky offense team, but I really don't like that there's no ground immunity on this team. That's pretty scary. This type of structure is tough for me to like because, I don't know, I feel like I would just have a D-Knight with like Terra Ground or something and beat it. It doesn't even need to be Terra Ground. Yo, chat, Blunder, who is Blim? I'm trying to get better at the game. Oh, Blim is my favorite Showdown ladder player on YouTube. He probably makes my favorite Showdown vids on YouTube. His channel is Blimax, Blimax. Shouts to Blim, man. He just hit 10K. He one of my favorites. He is my favorite Pokemon Showdown YouTuber for a while. For a while now. Anyways, big shouts to Blim. My boy just hit 10K. Go show him some love. We got Webs here. Webs into a team of 6 grounded Pokemon is pretty solid. Pult is going to be Boots regardless on this team, I think. And even if it's not Boots, I would assume it's Clear Body, given the fact that, again, this team gets fried by hazards and shit. But it's got to be Boots. It's got to be Boots. Raging Bow is probably Booster. GK is probably AV, given the fact that, I mean, it could also not be AV. I feel like it would be, though. I don't like teams like this where everybody is so Giga Hazard weak, and then Tusk is meant to not only put the rocks up, but also keep the rocks off. Dragonite is Roaring Moon from the Sheen Factory. See, you're hating. Dragonite is the OG. EQ, Ice Spinner, E-Speed, my guy has always been doing it big in Gen 9 OU. Dragonite is such a piece of shit. Dragapult looks really good here, though. It looks pretty solid, but like, I don't know, man. Like Booster Bolt with Web Up, going to town on this shit. As soon as it turns Fairy type, it's killing everybody with +1. Gliscor similarly just gonna SD +2 Facade through this bitch. Let's see. Sticky Web goes up turn 1 on Encore. Okay, bet. I forgot I'm a grass type. Oh, he probably thought he was trying to avoid going for Stun Spore. But yeah, I probably could have just cudgeled. Either way, it doesn't matter. Actually, no, definitely should have cudgeled turn 1. Now B is alive and Sash is intact. Good God, that did a lot. As Knockoff gets clicked here, take care of Chestoberry. Oh, Mirror Herb. So I guess the point, yo, I saw this set one time. I actually brought this to a tournament one time. Not Zama, but it was Mirror Herb Golden Go. And I switched in. This was back in Volcarona meta. I switched in on Vault QD, and I took the QD with it. And my gold still lost the 1v1. I won the game, but that turn was so hype. Mirror Herb is one of them super shiced items. I remember I switched that shit on gold, and I took the +1. And people were like, man, what the fuck? And it still didn't matter, because in no world does Golden Gold beat Volcarona. But it was shiced. It was super shiced. Mirror Herb is pretty damn underexplored. All things considered, it's really underexplored. It's a cool item for sure. Oh, Spice Mike bought in World Cup 23, I think, and he won. What was the Mon? Gold or Za? I've seen Mirror Herb Za before, but I can't tell you where I saw it. But I did see it before. Yeah, Zama. Yeah, Mirror Herb Zama has been brought a couple of times. It's cool, man, because it's like, I remember I saw some game where dude switched it in hard on Roaring Moon, because in the Roaring Moon's eyes, it's like, oh, I'm gonna DD on the whatever, and then if they do go Za, I can Terra Fly and get past that. But then here it's like, boom, I take the +1/+1 with my Za, and I'm faster. Anyways, it's a cool tech. Cooler than Resto Chest. I think Resto Chest Za is not even shiced like that. Anyways, Za's putting in good damage here. Gold comes in on what? Ice Spinner? Rocks go up, fair. Plot's getting clicked as Bolt comes in. This is going to be max special attack. All golds are max special attack on webs for the most part. Oh, hell no. I didn't expect max special attack Dazzle. So it's max special attack Dazzle, Terra Fairy. This guy might lose right here. It's going to Terra. Or what? And this is going to click what? Yeah. You better Iron Head. Oh, tough, yo. It's pretty hard though. It's pretty hard though. I get it. Then again though, max special attack Dazzle. That'd be tough. Shout out to my boy Jolty in the chat. Remember to stay hydrated. That's a fact. If you're not drinking 1 gallon of water a day, you're doing yourself a disservice. Alright? Stay hydrated. That's a fact. Shout out to Jolty. This is AV, judging from the fact that it took Sticky Web, so that definitely did matter. That shit would have taken like 90%. Yeah, that crit definitely did matter. Yeah, but at this point it's Jove. Terra Ghost. Hex. God damn, Golden Go. You fat bastard. That was a tough crit, I'm not gonna lie. I can't really say that King Gambit should have Iron-Headed predicting Terra. Like, it's like whatever. Because in the end, Slowking would have been able to kill it back. So if Slowking kills it back, then what? Tusk comes in. I still think Bolt is going to win this game. More likely than not, but that's unlucky regardless of how you cut it. You still got crit on your Mon that would have been able to take it. That was a pretty nasty one though. Fucking gold max special attack webs came in clutch and fucked this shit up. Webs is a tough pick. Sometimes it's really fire, sometimes you run into some fucking it's tough. Sometimes you run into some Hatterene shit. You know, it depends. I know it's low BP, but 41% with Hex is nuts after Terra. Yeah, I actually agree with that. I thought it would do more, seeing as this is a max special attack gold, right? So you think it's 0-0. Gold's natural defenses aren't like anything too crazy. They're solid, that's for sure. But it's nothing too crazy, you know? But yeah, that was a pretty strong one, I will say. Okay, I had a Gen 8 battle open, I believe. Alright, let's go to Gen 8 now. I don't really feel like showing the Roaring Moon meta from 3 weeks ago. Damn, they got mad shit here. Yo, they got Zarud in this bitch. I like what I see. This is pretty strong. Future Sight plus Coco plus Slowking G. That's always gonna be a tried and true solid combo. I love this. I love this shit. Coco plus Urshifu is really, really hard to beat for most teams. And then when you put Future Sight in the middle, it's pretty tough. This is for Smogon Tour, yes. Anytime I see Mandibuzz, I'm also really happy. Mandibuzz is a legend in his city. It's an incredible Pokemon. I said it before, I'll say it again. Mandibuzz be doing things that most Pokemon cannot do. It's like the twin of Landorus T. It's literally the twin of Landorus T. What's this shit's fucking Japanese name? Burujina? I remember that shit from back in Black and White. Anyways, Zarude is pretty hilarious. I've never seen no Zarude for the most part, but I fuck with the vision. That is one freaky team. Well, I'll tell you this. Hippo, Corv, Pex, that's my shit. That's my shit. I love running those three together in Gen 8 and then whatever the fuck else, but I love running those three. Those are my guys. Those are my guys. If I know somebody got me, it's Hippo and Corv. Pex, sometimes I run it, sometimes I make it a G-King, but Hippo, Corv, I know my guys got me. I know my guys got me. Coco lead off into Hippo. Throw these rocks up, man. Okay. Pex comes in to start knocking everything off, as is tradition, so that you can start getting progress. Yep. Knocked off back and loses eject button. Eject button on this fat bullshit is crazy. Is it like Future Sight Lele plus eject Pex into... I don't know. This team has no switch into Scald plus knockoff. Pex is gonna status and knock the entire team. Yep. Has to switch out into Urshifu is crazy. As Corv comes in, which is a nice play. Obviously, Future Sight needs to be soaked up, so that makes sense. Surging Strikes gets clicked here, which is definitely wrong. Okay. Well, Urshifu has killed itself already, despite there being a Future Sight component to this. Nice double back into Corv, knowing that you can't stay in. I'm pretty sure this is already lost, seeing as the main breaker is dead. So, we'll see. Ferrothorn comes in on U-turn. Hulk comes back in here. Is this Specs? Let's see Fire Blast. No, maybe it's not. Let me see U-turn. Lele comes in here. Moonblast. Ooh, Specs. 33 is nuts, right? And because Slowking is at, what, 60? And then also burned, it's very hard to go Slowking there. You can get blown up. Moonblast's again here. Shiest play. Alright, hard switch out. He's going Slowking. Nice, 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 nice. Ooh, Spike. Trying to sack the Pharaoh. Doesn't matter though. Knockoff is pretty cool though. Knocking off Hippo is actually pretty fire. Okay, Urshifu's gonna come in here. Corviknight's gonna come in again. Please don't U-turn and take damage for fun. Okay. Oh hell no. This is a great goobing. This is a great goobing. I'm pretty sure that's Specs. Because what other Coco runs Grass Knot? Nah. Get me out of here. Future Sight, but at this point Hippo is gonna win with EQ plus Toxic. EQ plus Toxic sweeps the whole team. This is why Hippo is my favorite. This is why Hippo is my GOAT. He pull up, he click Toxic. Yup, my boy. That shit did a lot. Is this BizDef? Damn. Hippo's the GOAT. Hippo's the GOAT, man. I guess Corv also wins this pretty easily. Just walls everybody. Clicks U-turn for life. That was a good trade to Toxic Landers. Oh, and it's Brave Bird? This is unwinnable. This is formality at this point. Lele comes back in. Moonblast is going to 2-hit KO the shit out of Slowking. Yep. Yeah, okay. Alright. Bro starts monologuing despite 6-0ing. You're not a vibe, bro. Alright. Let's see. Next game. That shit made me mad. That whole game was boring as fuck. Hippo Corv is so fire. I'm telling you, that's the best shit ever. Helmet is such a free progress item. Helmet is so fire, man. But it does mean that knocking off is more valuable. If there's one thing I know about Gen 8, you can never run a team without knockoff. That's like the easiest way to smoke yourself. There's no way he could have won that game. Are you dumb? He had a banded Shifu plus Future Sight. It's just every turn was wrong. Do not come in here talking about it was over. Please. Please. Alright, so this team is pretty spammed. Except Blacephalon gets used a lot in this slot. But Pads Shifu is another good one, for sure. I like Pads Shifu a lot. On spike structures, I don't really like what's it called, Pads Shifu, unless you have spike support. I just find like that shit is so weak. I like Banded the most personally. Banded Shifu was always my favorite, and the worst of them all is Scarf. Scarf is the worst set of all time. This team is pretty strong though. It's AV Slowking. It's supposed to be double defog with Landorus and this, but if this team doesn't have the Blacephalon on it, then I guess you don't really need to keep rocks off that much. The Haunch Avatar is fire. The Haunch Core Avatar is fire. I like that a lot. The Haunch Core Avatar is fire, I agree. That shit looks cool. Shout out to Sack HD in the Twitch chat for subscribing. Thank you, big homie. Kartana, depending on the set, can beat this team. Banded can do really well, and Swords Dance can do really well. I think it's Banded, but I mean, we'll see, obviously. I think it's Banded or SD. Then again, Weavile could be Banded or SD. Weavile is also a pretty good mon into this if you can knock off the Corv. But, yeah. Volk plus Feeny is a tried and true combo in Gen 8. People do like this core a lot. I don't mind it. Volk is weird, though. Volk is weird to me in Gen 8. There's no hidden power, so it's like... They're all basically like Psychic or 2-attack Roost, which is fine. There are some games where shit just wins immediately. Like, I had a hyper offense team back in the day with 3-attack Volk with Psychic so you can hit Pex. I just think that Psychic, you need it, because Pex is spammed so fucking much. And if you have double stab Volk, Pex is going to come in and haze, toxic you. You're just goobed. Like, I hate that shit so much. So, whenever I ran a Volk back in the day, I would always have Psychic. The one good thing is that everybody and their mom likes running Flame Body Heatran in this generation. Because you're able to switch into Weavile, Kartana if it's not pads. You're able to, you know, just troll them with a possible burn. So you can just click Flamethrower with Volk. You don't have to really worry about Heatran. The way Heatran used to always wall non-HP ground Volcarona. A lot of them are Flame Body these days. Alright, Urshifu leads here. Nice lead. Urshifu's pretty free though. It did beat 4 out of 6 Pokemon. And from this perspective, the best lead is either Heatran or Landorus, because Pex also leads good into everybody and control immediately. Either way, what I think is going to happen in this game is that CB Cart or whatever, I hope it's CB Choice Banded. If it's Scarf, it's the most useless it could be here because Pex also walls Scarf Cart, but as long as it's not Scarf, this thing will be able to knock off at least 2 and force some progress. Alright, switch out turn 1 into Tapu Fini. I honestly think Strikes is free. Yeah. Okay, you get Big Chip off the rip. God damn, that bitch is strong. Switches out immediately, brings in the G-King as Nature's Madness is clicked. Good Nature's Madness, that way you can kind of force the Slowking G to stay in. Future Sight is clicked as Urshifu comes back in, and this is the most basic way of playing Pokemon in the history of Mons. Landorus has to get sacked here, because otherwise you're going to lose him on to Future Sight. This is probably top 3 most no-skill strategies. No hate on this dude. He's just using what works, but click Future Sight, go Urshifu is like top 3. Top 3. easiest strategy. Yeah, this is a crazy nickname. I'm not gonna lie. That's shit funny. I'm not gonna hold you. All right, this comes in, doubles back into Heatran on Corv. Great play. You got to get back some momentum. Great play. Now you can click Magma or Wisp and start getting some momentum. Magma probably though. Damn, that sucks. Is it Shed Shell? Damn, that sucks. Even then, going into Shifu makes it take mad damage, so that works. Feeny comes back and on strikes. This isn't bad now for Scarfire. This thing was a big threat, but now that it's at 49, Weavile can beat it with +2. Slowking G comes right back in. It's AV. Moonblast gets clicked there. I guess he was afraid of the possible staying in. Heatran comes back in on Future Sight. Oh, he clicks Scald trying to catch the Heatran. Good play. Does a lot too, because this is special attack invested for Shao. Magma, oh, eject button. Wait, what? So why did he hard switch the first time and take damage for fun? What? If it's eject button, why didn't he just stay in? What? I'm confused. He took half for free. If he was eject the whole time, why didn't he just... Whatever. This comes back in to click its Surging Strikes again. Get rid of Tapu Fini. Either way, should have just stayed in on Magma and let this come in for free. Heatran doubles in again on Corv. Nice play, nice play. Magma's coming out again. Weavile gets sacked here. Okay. Did he need Weavile? I don't think this is that bad of a sack, seeing as he's Boots SD, so he doesn't really beat any of the Pokemon in the back consistently, so I don't think this is a bad switch. Especially because you just go Urshifu. You can click what, Close Combat here? Alright, click Surging Strikes again instead. Cart comes back in and clicks SD. Yup. This is why CC is what I was thinking, because Volt cannot set up on CC because Aqua Jet's in the back. Plus there's a G-King, plus there's a Pex. Goes to this on Leaf Blade. Landers comes in here on Knockoff. Yeah, but I was sure this wasn't Scarf. Pex comes in now. Okay, we're doing the World Tour. Let everybody get owned. Okay, game's over. Nice. It's gonna knock off, bro. What's okay? Yeah, basically just don't click Surging Strikes and you don't put yourself in this position, but Surging Strikes was clicked for some reason and then that was that. Go Kartana, go. I love you, Kartana. You are the GOAT. Kartana's so shiced. Fucking OPS Pokemon. Then again, this was avoidable. But SD Kartana will always be solid. He doubled twice to make Corviknight stay at 75, which is solid. Put that thing in range. Oh man, Cart with rocks up. You just got to double a couple times. I love this shit. I like Bandit a lot too, but SD protective pads I like a lot, and I like Life Orb Kartana too, which is a underrated set. I used to run that shit in Gen 8. Life Orb SD. Because a lot of the time you don't even need to set up. You just click the Life Orb attack. There ain't no switching to Life Orb Cart. It's like Banded for scrubs that can't click the right move. You know what I'm saying? Life Orb Cart is nasty. I had a team from CTC with that way back in the day. And that should put in that work for me. Goated Mon. Imagine Cart with Terra. That must have existed in Nat decks for a little bit at least. Before they banned Terra. Kartana's the GOAT, man. Kartana's the GOAT. I love you, Kartana, man. This shit is so cheap. When I think of Pokemon that are cheap, this is the guy. This is the guy. You know what I'm saying? Timid Speed Boost Kartana is when I knew shit was getting out of hand. CTC gave me a team with Timid Cart back in the day. Gen 8, not Gen 7. in Gen 8, and it actually won me a battle. And I remember thinking to myself, dude, why did you give me dumbass timid cart? I need the attack. But it ended up winning the game because I had goob HP investment, because obviously where else are you going to put the EVs if you're not going to put them in your attack? You got to put them in HP. And so I lived like 0 aura CC so fucking comfortably, killed that shit, got a speed boost. It was mad jokes. So, let me see if I can find that team. The battle, that shit'll take me a few minutes to find, so I don't really care about that. I just want to find the team so I can show you guys, because that team is pretty funny. But yeah, SD cart, bandit cart is some of my favorite shit. Let me see here if I can find this. Let's see here. Here we go, I found it. Yeah, I brought this shit. Yeah, I remember now. This shit is funny. Change the dimensions real quick. This was the shit. This was the shit. CTC was like, bro, my new timid card is going stupid, and I was like, dude, this is not real. But honestly, he did his best to make this shit look vicious. Muscle band, so you know we get a low 1.1x boost. Keep the ops guessing. Well, yo, this was actually fire though, muscle band, because then they kind of like, they can't really calc correctly as to what you are. Yeah. Oh, but the EVs were wrong. I remember he didn't fucking give me the right IVs. Now I remember clearly what happened, bro. I remember clearly what happened. CTC gave me this team for a tournament and the IVs were wrong. So I still got an attack boost instead of a speed boost. I won the game, but I was so fucking mad afterwards because I would have won immediately on turn 2. I would have literally won on turn 2 immediately. It was some tournament game. I would have won immediately on turn 2. And then I was like, bro, what the fuck? Why am I was like, bro. But because it is bulk, I lived some shit and won. But I would have literally won on turn 2. I literally remember, I literally had it all bagged up. Like, rocks were already up. Turn 1, like, I was, bro, CTC is such a fucking bastard. Anyways, this is what you're supposed to run. You have to run 19 attack IVs, and you have to go timid nature, because Kartana's attack is so fucking high that you have to do minus attack stat, and you have to go down on the IVs. There's no other way. 181 is too fucking high. You have to nerf it as like hard as you can to achieve this. But anyways, now you see this is the ideal way it's gonna go. Plus speed, so you get +1 speed. 348 is already a very strong tier. 347 attack is not bad at all, right? This is still stronger than Pokemon like Jolly Weavile, for example. And then the added bulk means you're able to set up on some shit a lot easier than they would expect. Like I had a game where I was up against a Feeny, and because I had this boosted Spadef, the shit was whatever. Yeah, I would agree. 36. Not Kart's best set, but the point is you can do a lot with Kartana. Exactly. Exactly. It's just Kart has a lot of variations. There's a lot of crazy shit you can do. This set is not bad though. It's definitely not the most consistent, but they sleep on this set. It's a gimmicky set, sure, but something surprising like this will always do good. My fave will always be utility Kart. You like that set in Gen 7 Blunder? I think I have that set in Gen. Are you talking about Synthesis Defog or what? I think I have that shit actually. That was one of my favorites. Let me see if I can find that shit. My boy Benge used to spam that shit a lot. What was my favorite cart? I liked Band Cart a lot. Back in the day. Yeah, of course my skillless ass likes Band Cart. Let me find the... Where is it? Where is this team I'm looking for? I've laddered with this team before. And I think Lax used to bring this to tournament a shit ton back in the day. I brought this to tournament maybe one time, just because everybody knew the team after a while. It's one of those teams where once you know the sets, it's hard to... Oh wait, no, this was Grassium Z. Damn. I don't remember then. But yeah, Synthesis Defog, Synthesis Defog and Synthesis SD. Those were different variations of Kartana. Synthesis is not bad. Kartana forces so many switches. It has goob HP defense if you were to like kind of break it down a little bit. HP stat's bad, but if you put some investment, you know, it's not the end of the world. Point I'm trying to make is he's no joke. He's no joke. Synthesis cart was cool, man, back in the day. This set was meant to just be the strongest bitch of all time. Grassium Z in the terrain. You could fucking break down a whole village with this shit at +2. Yeah. This was some cheater sets back in the day. Oh man, good times. Good times in this bitch. Alright, let's go to the finals. Okay, so we have I've seen this team. I've seen this team before. Not this team. This is the same shit as what we saw before, but more offensive. Volt turn, Future Sight, Urshifu breaks, Kartana cleans up. Pretty big. Like we've all seen this type of structure in the past in Gen 8. Solid stuff. You can't go wrong with an offense like this. You kind of put it more in your own hands. This team is pretty cool too. I love Blaziken in Gen 8. I think Blaziken is phenomenal with SD lefties. It's not an auto win by any means, but Normalium for Zapdos is clean. Normalium cart was fire. I brought that to tournament only one time. I didn't go up against Zapdos, but it still did its job. Z Giga Impact with the 200 BP. Come on, man. That shit is too tough. But yeah, Blaziken is pretty strong. I only really like running Blaziken in grassy terrain. I have a team of this. Not this, but I have a Blaziken team that I love to spam. It's like Blaziken, Rillaboom, Garchomp, Weavile, 4 SD mons. I've used it so many times in tournament. That's like my go-to in Gen 8 for the most part, because you can run into a bad matchup with that team, but because you have 4 SD mons, you can always just make some shice plays and kind of bring it back. So, but yeah, I like Rilla plus Blaziken, because if you're running SD Protect Blaziken, Rillaboom gives you that extra 6.25%, and so with Protect, you're really gaining back a lot of HP. Plus, with Grassy Terrain, now Blaziken is no longer weak to EQ, it's neutral. So, you can end up getting another SD on Landorus or whatever, judging by the amount of HP you have on your Blaziken or whatnot. But yeah, for me, Blaziken, I always would run it with Rillaboom. That was just like the easy combo. Not to say that it's not good outside of those teams, but it's a lot harder to win with, in my opinion. That Rilla support goes a long way. Anyways, looking at this team, if the Urshifu is pads, it's going to blow this team up. And if it's banded, it's also going to blow this team up unless Zapdos paralyzes it. Yeah, the win con against Urshifu on this team is hope that Zapdos can paralyze with Static. Otherwise, it's going to kill every single mon with Surging Strikes. Specs Lele can also kill everything with Psychic, but I would wager... actually, would I wager that it's Scarf? Cart could very well be Scarf still. I don't like this team that much, bro. This is like fake bulky. This is some fake bulky team. Spec Shadow Ball is good into this team because there's no resist, but Heatran and then possible Spadef Landorus are each able to take 2 Spec Shadow Ball, so there's that. Zapdos is decent into these structures if it doesn't get toxic by Landorus and Heatran, but yeah. I don't know. I think if Blaziken is not able to SD in this battle, it's going to be pretty tough. Let's find out. Alright, T-Wave gets clicked here turn 1 as full para. Yup. Pretty excellent. Rock's going up. Okay, knockoff instead. Fair. Getting rid of this leftovers is actually great for Staryu because, like I said, Dragapult is his biggest threat if it's Specs, and I feel like it's Specs. So knocking off the premier Ghost switching on the team, it's going to be nice to spam Shadow Ball. Oh, fuck. Dude, that's so fucking annoying. Damn, that's so fucking annoying, bro. This is another Pokemon that would have had to take Toxic, then take another round of Toxic, and then Shadow Ball can 2-hit KO. That's actually really fucking annoying to miss that Toxic. That Hydro Pump is whatever. That Toxic miss is what matters. That's a bitch. Landorus comes in here, but this team is actually pretty damn weak to Rotom as a whole. Hydro Pump is going to 2-hit KO Clef from 77. This is Spadef, so it's not going to die, but now it's at 35, so that's not great. Pult comes in here. It would have to Draco to kill this, I think. Alright, this is over. This is literally over. Urshifu kills every mon now. Clicks Pain Split just because there's no switching. But because of the drop, it's going to die. That's why that Toxic miss sucked. But also he sacked his Pult like so quickly. This dies to knockoff, which makes me think that this is what SD. Because why would you bring in Scarf Cart? It could be Bandit too. But now I think the Lele is Scarf. Because otherwise you would have gone Lele and clicked Spec Psychic. Hurricane gets clicked here because there's no switching to Heatran. Yeah, this is Giga over. Toxic is clicked. It doesn't change anything anyway. Zap is trapped and it's gone. Just spam Magma. Okay, misses Magma. Landers is in here. I would just defog. Okay, gets off damage, which is fine. Knockoff can come out here. It's gonna kill Cart and it's gonna kill Zapdos. Clicks Leaf Blade instead. Gets +1. In comes Heatran. There's no way this is choiced, but or it's banned. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way this is choiced. Because if it was choiced, you would not bring it in on Paralyzed Pult. There's no way. Alright, game's over. Yeah. Huh. Whatever. That shit was boring. These are some shice teams. Back to Gen 7. The most beautiful of gens. When offense was at its most cracked. Well, actually, offense is at its most cracked now. Since you got booster energies and other cheating Pokemon. But back in this day, you had to deal with them Ash Greninjas. You had to deal with them Z-Move Magirnas. You had to deal with that Shift Gear Calm Mind Magirna. That cheap-ass bastard. Thunderous T is some shit that I'd never see, for the most part. It was actually brought to some Smogon Tour finals, I remember. I forgot who brought it, but someone brought it to Smogon Tour literal finals, playoffs, and won. Who brought that shit? Zalmog? I don't remember. I think. Fun T is weird, man. It's not bad, though. I've never really used it, but it's definitely not bad. Its typing, Electric Fly, is pretty decent defensively. There's no boots in this tier, but you don't need to. Like, it's still going to be able to do what you need. Thunder's T is interesting, man. I had a couple of teams that I would use on ladder, like Nasty Plot, Z Focus Blast, and shit like that. But they were like meme teams for the most part. Shout out Corvy's Goat in the chat. What's up, bro? Anyways, this team is a variation of teams that has existed since the Genesis. Lele. Usually you put an Alakazam here and call it a day, but Gyarados is being picked here, which I'm not against. I like Mega Gyara a lot. It's not bad. It's even in one of the new sample teams. Yeah, I mean, I believe it for sure. I mean, 145 special attack is no joke. What is the sample team? It's probably the fucking Volcarona Kyurem Black. Probably the Willifire team, right? Shit's like 5 years old. It's a good team. It's got like the Goob, Spadef, Kyurem Black, and all that, right? It's like Helmet, T-Wave, Defog, Thunderous. Yeah, I know what team I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's that team. That's like the only fun T team. Yeah. That's a good team, though. I've lost to that team before, actually. It's a strong team. No way Gen 7 thought Mag was just fine. Mag is literally broken in Gen 7, but they keep it because there's other broken stuff that it checks. That's why Gen 7's the GOAT, because all the broken shit checks all the broken shit. Like, yeah, sure, Mag is broken, but so is Ash Greninja. So is Tapu Lele. So is Kartana. Magirna checks all them bitches. You know who also checks all them bitches? My favorite, Tangrowth. Tangrowth would always check all this trash. Think about Tangrowth, Earthquake, HP Fire into this. Oh my god, we killing everybody. We smoking on everybody. I miss you, Tangrowth. You were so beautiful, Tangrowth. I hate what they did to you, bro. They phased out my favorite guy, man. Tangrowth, man. I love that Pokemon, man. It broke my heart when Tangrowth fell off. Tangrowth has 0% usage now. Nobody touches that shit in Gen 7. You can't pay people to bring Tangrowth, man. It's so sad, man. My AV Tang, my Helmet Tang. It's so sad that it's just gone, bro. Nobody's bringing that bitch anymore. It's not right. AV Tang was basically 2018 Kawhi Leonard, bro. He was the one and only. It's considered worse than a Alolan Muck. Alright, they on balls. I have an Alolan Muck team, though, that I bring every now and then to tournament, and I clean house with that shit. Some of you know what team that is. It's like Muck, Aerodactyl, Starmie. It's like some fat shit. Shit goes crazy. Muck not even bad, though. Poison Touch, 6-0's Alakazam, Lele structure. Like, if I had my Muck team into this, 6-0. No way they would win. And I used to keep that on me specifically to counter team people that could only bring Lele offense. CTC made this team so long ago, but Yeah, I brought this shit to tournament twice, and I even gave it to one of my teammates once, and they won with it. Let me find it. This is one of CTC's best cooks back in the day in Gen 7. Let me find it. This shit right here. If you have this team and you run into some Alakazam Lele shit, they lose. They can't win. They literally cannot win. Because you're gonna trap the Zam. Lele is also fucked unless it's Specs. And even if it is Specs, Muck is a big bitch. It's not gonna die to 2 Moonblasts. Poison Fang, because I want the poison. I want that badly poison, matter of fact. We don't want that poison jab regular. We don't want that regular shit. We want that real shit. Fire Punch is not weak either. You need Fire Punch to beat Magearna 1v1, but this team doesn't lose to Magearna when you have a Heatran and you have a Gastrodon. Dude, this team was a work of art. I think the last person I gave this team to was my teammate Keenix for some tournament, and he destroyed the opponent with this. Like, he crushed them. Like, this shit just Muck and Aerodactyl in the back. Arrow in the back. You know what this is for? Pussies who love to use Volcarona. Nah, gang, we got 112 HP. You know what I'm saying? We tanking that hit. We taking all, except if it's Z, then shit. Mega Arrow is cool though, man. He's a cool Mega. He underrated for sure. Gastrodon is also really good in Gen 7. I never really had too many teams I liked with it, except for this one. There's like a Mamoswine team I have that my boy Ben Gay made back in the day. I think Lax uses that one a lot back in the day at least. But Gastrodon's for sure not bad. It's for sure not bad. And then Skarmory will never fall off. My GOAT is amazing in Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, baby. They always be saying, oh, it's gonna be tough for Skarm. Cap. It's never tough for Skarm. As long as bitch-ass physical attackers, dragons, and ground types exist, my boy's pulling up, throwing up 3 spikes, whirlwinding you around, and you're gonna have to hold that. That's the GOAT. What did he do in Gen 8? What do you mean, what did he do in Gen 8? He's in mad teams in Gen 8. Some of the best teams ever have Skarm in Gen 8. He did the same shit. This team has 400,000 tournament usages. He did the same shit he did every time. Skarm is phenomenal in Gen 8. Way better than it is in Gen 7 and Gen 6. It's just the GOAT, man. He throws up spikes, he trolls, and you gotta deal with it. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT, man. Skarmory is just, it's just too shiced. Even versus a team like this, Skarm is easy money. I wall this guy, Cart. I wall Landorus. I check Gara. Spikes are going up. Ain't no removal. But anyways, the point I was making is that Muck, Arrow, shit, it goes crazy. Why'd he fall off in 9? But it didn't fall off in 9. People just don't want to use it. Skarm is still mad easy for me to win with. Everybody's running Dragonite. Everybody's running Tinkaton. I just spike up. Like, it's just people use other shit. Skarm has never fallen off. Anyone calling Skarm bad is just trying to push propaganda for the sake of it. This shit will never be bad. Is that Z Dig Grunt or Ash? I'm not sure. I would assume it's Ash. But we'll see. Actually, it could be Protean, given the fact that Ferrothorn's a bit annoying to this team. There's a decent amount of Z options on this team, honestly. The Skarm Claude Core in Gen 9 is gas. Facts. Dude, Skarm is efficient. Straight up, efficient Pokemon. Okay, Diancie leads into Gren. Good lead. Is this Protean or Ash? Okay, so it's Protean. Goes for Gunk turn 1, trying to catch Feeny. Clicking Gunk makes me think it's not Z-Dig. Just stay in. Interesting. Gets frozen. Life Orb. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you get the freeze, then it's pretty tough for the other guy. That's actually a tough turn for bro, because he would have KO'd this immediately. Damn. I don't like Gren without Hydro if you're running Life Orb. I don't like that. That's actually really tough though. Bro didn't even make the wrong play. He made a fine play. Damn, that actually sucks. He would have killed this immediately. Now it's just fucking clipped. Lose HP on everybody. Damn. That's fucked. Does V-Crate not thaw? I guess not. You would think 180 base power fire move would thaw you out, right? You would think, right? But I guess not. It's not. What are the moves that thaw? It's like Plume, Flare Blitz, all that. We see Taunt, which is so Thunderous T. They always be running a lot of support moves, which I think is cool because you're still strong as balls. HP Ice comes out here. Yachi Berry Landorus. I like Yachi a lot on Landorus on offensive teams like this because you can one-time pivot into whatever Coco or whoever, and Coco's a big threat to something like this. So I'm a big fan of Yachi Berry Landorus. I have quite a few teams with that. Volt Switch comes out. So what is this? Max speed, like defensive. Guardian of Alola. Oh no, that bitch is so strong. That was a good Z. Good to just get it out the way. HP Fire comes out here. Volt Switch again. Oh, T-Bolt. Okay. I mean, why not just stay in here then and do the damage rather than volting out and losing half for fun? You're gonna sack the fund anyways. Whatever. Shout out my boy Max Ketchum in the chat. My brother. Lancey comes back. This guy really did get hoed though in the early game because Victini should have been able to V-create for free, kill the Greninja, and not have to deal with losing HP on Feeny. Magirin, I mean, this guy's HP. I would assume this is AV. It's not. 52 is too much. So this is probably Trick Room. Trick Room Z. EQ gets clicked. Okay. DD here on the U-turn into what? Mag? Gara for a double Intimidate? I love this. Double Intimidate with Gara? That's actually underrated. I have a team with this. It's like not too similar to this team, but double Intimidate is dope on an offense team because you can really lock shit down. I had a core which was like Landorus T plus Mawile with Intimidate, free Mega of course. I mean the same goes for Gara, but I really do like double Intimidate on offensive structures because you can panic switch into whichever shit got out of hand. Because look, from Izza's perspective now, just keep switching back and forth. It doesn't matter. You keep this guy at -1 forever, right? See, you go back to Gara. But at this point, you got this shit cock blocked. You just keep on U-turning for free. I don't know what this D-Knight is. The Z-Fly, maybe? I don't believe in D-Knight. This is some memery. I have one D-Knight team ever. But D-Knight is like some meme shit. Clicks Roost and then switches because, again, trapped in the unlimited U-turn vortex. He's cooked. Can't do shit. Magirna comes back in because T-Bolt is risk-free at this point. Yeah. Focus Blast. Okay. Stealth Rock gets clicked, which is good because Gyarados. He's gonna T-Bolt here, bro. What? Custat Berry? Oh, this guy knew it was Custat. Holy shit, this guy got off the noob gut. So probably Calm Mind 3 attack with Custat. That is some crazy shit. What a shy set. Can we get a vid of your favorite best tournament games that you've played? Most of my tournament stuff I've uploaded over the years, but I'd have to go back and show. I would have to curate it. I've had so many games over the years. I've had like 100 tournament games over the year that I've played. Over the years, like 10 years. But my favorite is when I played the fucking Ditto Stall and I got every single turn right with Komodo. There's no human being on the planet that could have won that game but me. That's my favorite game ever. Alright. Damn, he had to use the Z. Okay, crits, but unfortunately, Kartana's gonna be Scarf anyways. Yeah, and even then, this doesn't have a fire move. This is a close game. I feel for bro, because I think this could have been a much different game had this Vic not gotten frozen. Because even here, going into this on Ice Beam was a smart play. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. I think if no freeze here, this was a much, much, much easier game. That was tough. That was for sure tough. I will say that Vic's HP was important because it's able to check Magirna and Lele. So maybe there was a better sack. I wonder if even sacking Diancie was just better. By sack, because like, look, Gunk turn 1 means that it's Life Orb or it's Z. Either way, they don't run Hydro. And if you're expecting Hydro in the first place, you're not going to fucking Victini. So, dude obviously knew that this is not water move, right? Man, he should have kept this. I mean, obviously he got hexed, but even then, he's going to be down to 18%. And then he's not going to be able to check the fairy and the Psy. Or the 2 fairy types, rather. It's a tough one. Is there anything you're more proud of than your trophy mods wise? I mean, I don't know. I'm not like, it's not like something I like think about all the time. It was a long time ago. When I was playing at my highest level, we didn't even win the tournament, which was the SPL after that. So, if anything, it's just when I won Smoke on Tour, that shit was just like for myself. I just wanted to win. I wanted to win my favorite tournament very badly, and so it was like a personal thing. I never. Yeah, it's just like, it's just, you get a token for, it's just a token for my hard work. That's really how all I saw it. Anyway, so this is the, yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, this is a tough one for bro. I think that if no freeze here, it would have been easier. Okay, next game. Pinchinator versus Prof Trees. My boy told me this guy was good, and I should have bought him for Smoke on Premier League. I remember. You know what they say? It's not the end, whatever. It's the journey. That's always gonna be true. Because my favorite experience playing Pokemon was the SPL finals that we lost. Which like we didn't even win that shit. But that was my favorite experience of all time. Ever playing Pokemon. Like by far. Like there's nothing I had more fun than. And, I mean, we lost in the finals, in the tiebreaker. That's how it goes. But, to me, that was way more fun than winning Smoke on Tour. Obviously, I was so happy when I won that Smoke on Tour because it was something I worked hard for like fucking 2 years. But, I never had as much fun as the Smoke on Premier League we lost in the finals. Because just all the weeks leading up to it, it was like 13 weeks of grinding. And, it's just, yeah, it's the end, of course you wanna win, but like that shit wears off. You win and you're like, hell yeah, I fucking won. Woohoo. I got my thing. I got my whatever. But it's true for everything, bro. The journey is literally what matters. More than like the end result. At least for me. Cause I really do like the game. You know what I'm saying? Looking at this team, this is pretty nasty. This is like some new age shit. Crest did not exist back in the day in Gen 7 main. Zardex, what's it called? Zardex Fat has never been bad, I would say. All things considered, this is a pretty strong defensive team. I'm like trying to think what could break this team really easily. Maybe like Calm Mind Mag can be annoying, but even then, Crest is probably T-Wave or some shit. But yeah, Crest is all over Gen 7 now. People love this shit. You can run Helmet, you can run T-Wave, you can run fucking... I don't know, does it get you can Lunar Dance and shit like that too? If you could change the ending of one game, what would you change? What does that mean? If you could change the ending of one game. What is it? I don't really understand the question. Any series? Well, obviously, any series I lost, I would change it so that I won. I don't understand the question, to be honest. Why would I give a fuck about Lavos' game 5? Fuck him, bitch. I'm trying to win my... Why the fuck would I change someone else's victory like I give a fuck about their game? I changed myself losing in the fucking tiebreaker finals. The fuck? What kind of question is this, gang? Like I give a fuck about Lavos crashing out game 5. What? Like I give a fuck. Man the fuck up. Like crying his eyes out because he lost. Wham wham, bitch. Who gives a fuck? Like fucking grown ass man cried his eyes out because he got flinched for the one time, bro. Like I give a fuck about that. He was an easy lick too. I wiped the shit out of him when we played. He did get hexed, yeah, and he's also one of the luckiest players of all time before that. I would never change that. That's a big moment in history. Bro, like I give a fuck about like I give a fuck about someone else getting hacked. Fucking yeah, boohoo, bitch. My boy McMegan packed his ass up. Like I give a fuck. Come on. But to answer your question, anytime CTC got hacked, I would take it back. I would take it back. Or Joey got hacked. Any of my bros. The funniest part of Gen 4 commentary with BKC is him guessing the team off lead. CTC is the GOAT, man. I mean, BKC is the GOAT. Especially in the fucking, the tiebreaker when we were recording it and the Gen 3 battle happened and BKC read the entire team immediately. But yeah, nah, I'm just playing Tyler. This question just made me laugh. But yeah, obviously if I could go back and change any result, I would have taken any game I lost and flipped that shit. Let's be real. Change that Will-O-Wisp on Swampert to a miss? Yo, literally, bro. Literally. If I could change any turn, that Wisp would have missed. That would have been the fucking GOAT. Unfortunately, that shit hit. That's funny. On God, bitch. I would have made that Wisp miss. Yeah, not literally though. That's literally it. I would have made that shit miss. Glad we could keep the 6-0 by lead Darm, bro. It's a 0 stakes battle. I don't mind losing that. That's whatever. That game is the equivalent of Lil Timmy 76 hexing me. That shit happens. Losing a tournament when there's some shit on the line. Oh my god. I crash out. Oh my goodness. Not to mention, every time I lost in tournament, I gotta hear it from fucking CTC who goes, "You're fucking shit. How did you?" I'm like, ah, fuck. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What's your most memorable CTC rage moment? Oh man. CTC has gotten so mad whenever I lose. But sometimes, you know who gets mad? You know when I've seen CTC at his maddest? When I get hacked out of a battle. That's true friendship. I've seen him go fucking stupid when I get hacked out of, like, madder than me. And I'm like, it's calm, bro. This game sucks. He's like, no, fuck. I've seen that man transform into low tier god when I get hacked out of a battle. I remember I got hacked out of a series and I woke up and the first thing I saw was 30 DMs from CTC and I'm like, I'm not gonna click this. He probably called me ass. And then I opened it and he was just like, fuck that guy, he hacked, blah blah blah. He's freaked the fuck. I was like, that's my boy. And I remember I read that when I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm not mad anymore that I lost. My bro got my back. My bro got my back. I'm not mad anymore that I lost. I literally remember that. I woke up, fucking 30 DMs from CTC going, fuck that guy, he hacked you, he's shit, blah blah blah, he's pussy, you should have won, blah blah blah. And I remember thinking to myself, you know, I got over the loss, but just reading that, thank you, my man. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you for that. I'm serious too. I woke up, I saw that profile pic on Discord with the 30 on it, and all I could think is, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. We just stayed in power of Smoke on council too long. We gotta vote Blunt in the next election. I used to be on the OU council, bro. Back in 2016 to 2018. For Gen 7. And Joey used to be on the OU council. CDB used to be on the OU council. I left myself in 2018 because I like that shit is boring as fuck. I'm not trying to get bitched at 24/7. Like shit, boring as hell. I did it like you gotta have a good council though, but that's a discussion for a different day. I really don't care. Who was tier leader at the time? ABR was tier leader at the time. Turn 1 T-Wave on Dragon Claw. Yeah, lead me was always T-Wave. McGarrett's probably Heal Bell if he was so quick to just click D-Claw. This comes in on Flare Blitz probably. Oh, double Para's tough. Ice Beam here. Freezes this, which is good for him because now no rocks go up. That's pretty tough actually. No rocks versus this team is very difficult. U-turn comes out. Okay, so it is lefties. Is this... Lefties mag is nasty work. I hate these types of teams, bro. They're so hard to like know what all the sets are gonna be. All you know is that Serp is gonna glare and it's gonna set up screens. You know that's happening no matter what. That's like all you know though. With these types of structures, like you know the Gera. I guess you know the Gera is mega, but you don't know if the Gera is gonna sub, right? You don't know if the Gera is gonna be DD taunt. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So these types of hyper offensive builds can be really frustrating to play against. I get it for sure. I like I'll always like Garchomp though. Has CTC ever been on the console? Too busy carrying the metagame. OU console shit is not real. Like it doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Anyways, Ice Beam here on the Switch, 11%, does nothing. Calm Mind gets clicked. Oh, it's Lefty CM. Goes for Toxic, so he probably expected it to be... Toxic is crazy. Toxic is crazy. Probably didn't want to Scald into Mew and thaw it, but even then, Toxic is nuts. T-Boat's coming out to do 60. Okay. Calm Mind gets clicked again. Cress is in here. It can Trick or it can T-Wave, depending on what the set is. Oh, it's Calm Mind Cress. Ooh. Wait, Calm Mind Cress goes stupid on this team. You get like 2 Calm Minds. You beat everything with Psyshock Moonblast. Yeah, Calm Mind again. Alright, that works. He didn't even glare. If this is Ice Beam, is the last move Psyshock or Moonblast? Running Cress with no Psyshock sounds crazy. Stabless Cress? I'm honestly not too well versed in what Cresses do if they're Calm Mind. I would have assumed they were running, what's the word? I would have assumed they were running support set. It runs Ice Beam mostly. You want to be a good, yeah, that's actually a good point, Cobb. You need Ice Beam, otherwise Gliscor's gonna sit on you. Ice Beam Psyshock? Okay. Does it even get Moonblast in Gen 7? Did I make that up? Does it have access to Moonblast in Gen 7? Like I said, bro, Crest didn't really exist back when I played, so. Did this shit get Moonblast? I guess Moonblast is less needed back then. Okay. Okay. It does get it. I guess it's less needed. Because I guess you're still going to lose to Tyranitar and all of them regardless. And you're right. I agree. You need Ice Beam. If you don't have Ice Beam, Gliscor's coming in, toxicking you, taunting you, whatever the fuck. So it makes sense. It runs Psyshock and Ice Beam. It can run Moonblast, Energy Ball. Energy Ball might not even be bad. You pull up on the rain structure. Energy Ball is all around just a good move. You also hit Tyranitar and shit, so yeah, I mean that's not even bad. Crest is pretty interesting, man. Calm Mind is pretty dope, especially into those offensive teams like this team, for example, can get cleared by CM Crest. Actually, Cap, there's a Mega Gera. This one though, if you take out the Victini, that shit can Calm Mind up. I guess Ferrothorn beats it, but yeah. Let's see. Alright, I'm back. My roommate texted me that I need to let Amazon in. He ordered some dog food for the doggo. Couldn't hear it because of the fucking thingy. Anyways. I'm going to see that movie later today. Sinners. In IMAX. That shit should be super shiced. Alright, let's go back to this battle. Anyways, yeah, Crest is shiced. That's the bottom line. I don't know if I'd bring it to no tournament, but he's popping. Alright, doubles out here. Expecting Magearna or maybe Pex. Ice Beam. Is this Scarf Mag? No, that's some real shit. My boy ABR invented this set versus me. In 2017. And he brought this shit. And he sniped my fucking Landorus T. And I remember it took me like 10 seconds to process. And then he started trolling me in the chat. He's like, yeah, bitch. And I was like, nah. It was for Smogon. I can actually find the replay, yo. Yo, is this actually Scarf? Nah, he's a troll for that. Scarf Magearna's not even bad though. I have a rain team with it that Bengay gave me back in the past. I can find this replay probably. Scarf Mag is funny. It hits an okay speed tier of 376. Let me go back and find this. 22 or 23? 24? Yeah, 24. Oh my god, I remember this. This game, this is infamous. This is infamous. Hold on. Where's the turn? I gotta find the turn. Okay. So, okay, peep this. Peep this. As Sama would say, peep all the shit on the floor. Also, I made this team myself. You can tell because it's random ass Wise Glasses Coco with random attacks on it. Life Orb. You know it's my team when everything has a 252 offensive set. Mad Life Orbs, Wise Glasses, and other shit like that. Anyways, look at this. Floor Cannon. I go Landorus because I'm like, okay, I can pressure with EQ. And then bro was Scarf. This battle's old as a bitch, too. If I scroll down, good God almighty. I was still in school back then. This is my sophomore year? College, goddamn. Like in 2017. This is some old ass shit. But yeah, this is some most and anyways, despite all that, unfortunately, I got the cheap shit on my team. Oh, also, if I ever made my own team, you know Mag plus Coco's coming. Clicks Haze. Goes back into Ferrothorn as I what? Shift? Hex comes back in on what? Focus? Okay. T-Bolt. Recover. I think I eventually para. Shift gear again here. For no fucking reason. Para. Oh, and then I'm Electrium. Okay. This is the shit I used to always run. And then I think I crit this. Mag is such a bitch. Mag is such a bitch. Look at this bullshit. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Fucking whack ass piece of shit. This shit is so fucking broken and cheap. God damn. I remember afterwards I was like, my bad, I hacked. And he's like, honestly, bro, you didn't hacks. It was gonna happen. But I was like, no, I definitely did hacks this. I remember. God damn. Mag is such a piece of shit. Where was the game I was just watching? What? I just had it open. Did I exit out? Oh no, it was right here. My bad. Nah, Mag is one of them ones where it's like, maybe they should have banned it, but I still think it was fine not to ban because it does check so many piece of shit Pokemon like Gren and shit. If that happened to you, you'd crash out. That shit happened to me for 4 seasons straight, and then it happened to me season 5, and I outplayed in 1. You don't know me, gang. You don't know me. Magearna versus Mothra. You need to go back and watch my S2 run. You want to see what getting hacked every turn and winning looks like. Fuck out of here. Quiver Dance. +1/+1/+1. Skull. Sub probably has enough to live this. Flame's gonna do what? 20. This, I don't like sub QD that much, but it is able to beat Pex 1v1 because it lives the sub, and then you eventually fish and you get a burn. But again, I don't really like this set. Cause I don't even know if this shit like. Yeah, the second you burn, then I think you win. I think at least. Either way, the Zard's at 24, so. Okay, he's gonna QD again, isn't he? Yeah, it's free. All right, that was a good play because if anything, you take care of some of the some more PP, but this Volk is probably favored. I mean, it literally comes down to when the Volk burns the Pex. When the Volk burns the Pex, it's gonna be an issue. Is it sub Swarm? Yes, I believe so. I used to run sub QD on this, with Buginium Z, max special attack. But sub QD lefties, yeah, this thing's annoying. Oh, Scald actually broke the sub. Did it have previous damage taken? Continues to fish for the burn. Gets it finally. Makes sense. Okay. Let me put this bitch on hyper fast. Oh, because now you can bait. Now you can go for Spadev drops. Yeah, actually, I think Volk wins this straight up. Now that the burn is in play. Because Pex now has to get drained of its recovers. And there's Goob Quiver Dances here. Actually, because you still have Mad. Why didn't you recover that turn? Should have recovered that turn, actually. I think that would have been better. Right here, recovers free. You can haze the next turn. Would you say Volk is hard to play, pull off? No. Volk is, like, pound for pound, the most skillless bullshit. Like, Volk takes negative skill to pull off. There's zero skill involved with a Pokemon like this. There's zero skill. I'm actually floored that even there's a comment here saying that Volk is hard to play, pull off. I'm not gonna hold you. This has always been one of the least skill reliant Pokemon. Bro, it gets +1, +1, +1 every turn. Like, what is what? What? He's so serious right now, bro. He's so serious. This is mad difficult though, because even then, Flame plus Bug Buzz still has 27 attacks. 27 times 27 is what? Like 729, I think. So that means it does 729% damage. Recover 14x50 is 700, so. But then there's Burn as well. This looks really fried. Damn, that Zardex really needed to stay healthy. He should have stayed in on the Chomp. Taking the Earthquake. But I also understand that if the Chomp clicks SD and you switch, you're in a really horrible position. There's a Scarf Mag though. Whatever. Why is that doing so much? Oh, it's +2. This shit is a bitch. To be honest though, this looks really good for Finch regardless. Not if you get dropped. Even then, he has recovers in the back. This shit is down to 21 attacks. You can still, he can go Torn right here. Yeah. Quiver Dance. Flames again. Yup, recovers free here. Haze again. Yup, this is down to 17 moves. Pex completely owns this. Biggest threat left here is the T-bolting Magearna, which, if it doesn't get tricked by this Magearna, can still reverse sweep very easily. Honestly, it's not even about Charizard taking the Earthquake. It's Charizard taking the turn 1 T-Wave. That was more detrimental. I thought because he stayed in on turn 1 T-Wave, it had Heal Bell. But the Mag is Scarf, so there is no Heal Bell. But I thought it was going to be a Heal Bell, because he stayed in turn 1. And every single lead Mew was T-Wave. Yeah, staying in on the Earthquake was whatever. He was going for chip damage, which I don't think is a wrong play. If anything, it was just taking T-Wave when Zardex is really strong into 3 of these guys. These 3. But I just assumed it was Heal Bell Magearna, not Scarf. Okay, anyways, this has been successfully stalled out. Yeah, because this is down to 12 attacks now. So, yeah, Volk. This is why I don't like this set, bro. Even when you burn the Pex, this shit does not be beaten. I mean, maybe if he had hazards up, it would have been like easier. Hazards, I mean, just simply rocks, but. Alright, down to 6 attacks. Click sub. Torn on sub. Hurricane. QD. Pex coming back in on what sub? Oh, he clicks flame. Hey, clicks toxic. Shit is hazed. Magirna comes in here on recover. Okay. So yeah, this is basically what we thought was going to happen like 20 minutes ago. Pex still is able to beat Volk. It does lose a lot of recovers, so this core has existed for a minute. Volk X Moth. I mean, Volk X Magirna. Because you can take a lot of the moves away from this, mainly being the recover, right? Also, this set doesn't even beat Mag, unless you Scald Burn. If you do Scald Burn, you beat Mag, but Lefties does help a little bit about with that. But yeah, this was ideally played by Finch in terms of going from Torn back to this, clicking Haze, and also just keeping PP. So why all this just to switch to Mag after? Because now this has 5 recovers instead of 16. That was the purpose. Either way, this still looks fine for Finch probably. It's pretty hard actually. This might just win. Yeah, because no burn. This is parried. Magirna, his own Mag would have to trick. Crest comes in here. Bruh. Wait, Crest beats this 1v1 if it doesn't get parried. That's actually a bitch. Bro, that's actually giga lucky. That's giga lucky. Crest walls the fuck out of this if you don't get parried. That's fucking unlucky, bro. Alright, back into Gara. Magirna comes in. Nice play. That was a nice play. Free volt switch. That was a nice play. Crest beats every Magirna besides Heart Swap. Yep, facts. U-turns. No knockoff? Probably predicting Mew to get sacked into knockoff and then go to Gara for the free setup. That's why I'm afraid to click knockoff. Okay, is he gonna stay in on Trick? Or is he gonna switch on? Oh, it is Heal Bell. So it's Scarf Heal Bell. So okay. It's some. Alright, this is pretty brazy. Okay, so yeah, he did have Heal Bell. Alright, that makes sense. Because there's no fucking way you stay in turn 1 on T-Wave and you don't have Heal Bell on the team. This is some next level. Scarf Heal Bell is fucking nasty word. Yo, that's fire. Damn, whole team got healed. Okay. All of a sudden, this isn't that bad. Zard X comes in on Gara. That was a crazy Zard X. Why did he switch? Wait, what? Why did Prof Trees switch? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why did he switch? If he's up +1, you know this is Scarf and has to switch out. What? I think Finch predicted another Calm Mind and tried to predict that with Zard X. Going hard Zard X was a crazy play. That shit worked out though. Wait, I don't get it though. Why the fuck didn't he just stay in and take his kill? What the fuck? Okay, we see Mega here. Clicks DD turn 1. Claw's gonna do 30. Yeah. Dies. Torn comes in. Does he fly? Yeah, figured. No other Z. I like Z fly Torn on fat teams a lot. Consistent little nuke. But this shit is so max HP, it only takes 29, which is way too little. Ice Beam again on Crest. This shit is so annoying. Okay, he went for Crunch. You can U-turn for free here, easily. The issue for Finch is that does he not even have rocks on this team? Dude, if he had rocks on this team, auto win. Because Gara would have to take 12.5 every time, but Finch's strongest move into Gara is to Ice Beam, so he has to switch there. He has to switch there, because if you if you Calm Mind into Gara, it's just gonna crunch for free and start chipping. We also know the Magearna Scarf, so it's gonna die to +1 Waterfall with ease. Damn. Why is there no rocks on this shit? Calm Mind is clicked. I think Prof Trees can actually fish with Ice Beam if he really wants to here. Goes back into Gara. Volt Switch. Magearna. What do you think the last... Oh, the last one was probably Fleur Cannon. Okay. That shit did a lot, though. Gliscor comes in, gets activated. We're going to see EQ for Chip. Oh, so it is Rocks Gliscor. This is a fine sack, because you absolutely need Rocks for any way to win. Now it looks pretty good. In fact, I don't think Finch can even lose now unless he gets haxed to shit. I think. Okay, Calm Mind gets clicked. This is going to Dragon Dance. Toxic is wrong. But this is why this shit used up all the flames and the bug buzzes on this to take care of recovers, because you cannot beat this 1v1. Yeah. That's tough. This is a fucking tough ass shit to run into. Double sub setup. But yeah, this is. But even if actually no, you do have to take the recovers for this to auto lose to this. Damn, it's a bitch ass team, bro. Fuck. Damn, that shit KO'd. I'm surprised that KO'd, seeing as Crunch did 50 last time. Max roll, I guess. Mega Gara's a strong bitch. Yeah, at this point it's Jove, though. Cress that was a tough one. I think the end game was correct. Sacking the Gliscor to get up rocks, because you need rocks up to stop Gara. Sub spam on HO will never not be cheap. HO will never not be cheap, gang. It's fucking hyper offense. Shit's just super cheap. hyper offense is bullshit. But this finals. Hey yo, we got some bullshit. Oh, not this shit. This is some meme team that my boy built off of some garbage I sent him from my 2018 builder. Literally. This is some 2018 team I uploaded with, but there's something over Volk. And my boy was like, your team is so heat, I'm gonna bring it to SPL. And he got fucking fried, destroyed. And I told him, please don't bring that bullshit. Yeah, that game was tough. Only the best way to have won this was to get rocks up immediately. In fact, rocks should have been the most prioritized thing in this battle, I think. Yeah. Because if you have rocks up early, that Gyarados has to immediately evolve or whatever to not take 25 per. Like that, like the HO matchup is tough, especially that Gyarados. But in games like that, you need to identify what's the way to build the most progress. Okay, so we see Torkoal come in turn 1 and get knocked off. Fucking shit, Torkoal. Scald for 23%. The rocks are up. Venusaur is pretty nasty into this. Giga Drain comes out, takes 13%. Spit F. Damn, that's a Life Orb too. Spit F Jirachi is nasty. This is beyond Spit F. This is max. It's risky to assume. Mons is a risk to begin with, so I mean, yeah, sure, but Skull comes out here. Venusaur is in, ready to troll. Goes Tyranitar here on growth to limit that. Venusaur does not have access to Weather Ball. Switch out on Jirachi. To be honest, that did a lot of damage, so it's okay. Oh, what the fuck? Bro's earthquake. Nah, that's mad funny. Growth earthquake in big 2025 is so funny. Nah, that was fucking funny. Earthquake in big 2025 for fucking Heatran is fucking funny, bro. Nah, I'm dead. Fucking earthquake is funny. I mean, Giga still does a lot to this. See? Yeah. Shout out to my boy Soviet. Ran 3 miles into agency stream with Mr. Toad. And good on you. It's 5K weather now. Start spamming them 5Ks, agents. Anyways, Venusaur still gonna let this thing get up max spikes because even with +2 Giga, it only does 30. Okay. Defogs. That was a lord out play. Defog knowing the spin is coming to remove them from your side and remove them from hit. That was a lord play. No go T-Tar. Okay. Trades rocks. I think Mawile wins. Also Volk wins. Volk comes in immediately. It's a quick QD. Oh, okay, whatever. You could have QD'd there. You would have lived Scald. Mawile comes in here on Regina. I don't know what this is. This team has no way to kill Ferrothorn, so I wonder if there's a fire move on this. What the fuck am I watching? Bro stayed regular and roared. We whipped them sets you cannot pronounce, bitch. What the fuck? I get it though, cause SD would have one-hit KO'd Skarm. Or not one-hit KO, but you would have dealt with Skarm. But Mawile is natural bulk, and no, it's not fucking regular Altaria, guys. Relax. Please. Ooh. Mawile's natural bulk comes into play there. Why didn't he go Skarm? Okay. Bro's talking about some regular Altaria. Please open the schools. Growth gets clicked on the switch to switch to Skarm. Spikes, Roost, Defog, Whirlwind is what I would assume this is. No attacks. But getting up Spikes is pretty solid for Prof trees. Should have roosted there or gotten up max Spikes. I would have got max Spikes to make Venusaur kill itself. Either way, pulling Landorus is nice. Shout out to my boy James in the chat. I'm actually wrapping this up after this one. Fog gets clicked, okay. Valky Rona's back. Ready to troll. You can QD this time. Yep. This is Z. Right? There's no other Z. Unless the Blaze is fucking Z. Okay. Landorus T comes back in here to get the fog off. Tyranitar gets pulled. I feel like Altaria lived any attack, but maybe he was afraid of like Z Ghost or some bullshit. You playing S Tour today? I haven't played S Tour in 6 years, bro. I'm going out to watch a movie after this. Let's see. Tyranitar comes back in. This is Specs, I think, or what? Minecraft movie? No. Scarf foul play is hilarious. I used to run foul play Diggersby. Because you fry the fuck out of Lando. Because you use Landorus as attack. The Michael B. Jordan movie, Sinners. That's what I'm going to see. This is Shiest. I like that Scarf foul play. Flamethrower again. Fucking Regina's putting in that work. Why did he switch there? Oh, right. Sludge Bomb. Alright. I completely forgot. This shit didn't show his last move. Spikes up here. Just Whirlwind. Sacks it. Oh, I guess now you just foul play. No way. Bro. There's no way. Bro. Nice Giga Drain, knowing that he can't sack that. Bro. He should have foul played. He trying to go for the life orb stall. A noble effort, but it will not be enough. No. You're at 1 HP, bro. This is crazy. This was crazy. This shit never evolved. Science went too far. Huh. I feel like bro had this game won. Hmm. I don't know what the obsession with not megaing was. You take way less from everything. I don't understand. I'm gonna be so real with you. From natural cure, but what about all the other times? Hmm. I guess this was tough to miss rock slide because you do an extra 28%, but this was scarf defog too, so I guess it's able to switch in one time. I still would have foul played on this turn. This turn right here was a foul play turn. He can't sack the bulk. You don't get swept by Scarf Lando if you're Altaria Megas. It's defensive enough to take two. This is not attack invested. It's defog ice. This is support Scarf Landorus. I don't know. It was a dicey end game. I think he scared himself that Scarf Landorus would beat him. I think this guy should have won though. I think he misplayed for real. This is a weird one. Because resisting Sludge Bomb doesn't matter. It's Life Orb Sludge Bomb to regular Altaria is gonna fry it regardless. Altaria gets a decent amount of attack. Plus you can start clicking return. Even if these two resist return, it's gonna at least hit hard. Maybe that shit didn't matter. Maybe he already lost. This is a weird game. What was Seismitoad's purpose? Seismitoad's Shiest, first of all. Beats Coco and all of them. You still playing in tourneys? I play like once a year when I feel like it, but it's a big time commitment. Weird one. I'll probably stream this again at some point, and we'll go over some of the other games. I always have fun watching this a lot. Shout out to Lazy Lee for the 3 months on Twitch. I haven't seen you in a minute, my man. Thank you, bro. Saw Sinners last night, and it's very good. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to IMAX. I haven't seen IMAX in fucking a really long time. I haven't seen IMAX in like 8 years, I think. I don't really care that much about it, but it's like, you gotta do some fun shit. We need more chain together with Sama. It can happen. It can happen. Me and Sama are like halfway through that game, so we'll tap in. You know what game I want to get? That fucking soccer game. Rematch. I want to play that. Sama told me he got a code for that shit, but his laptop can't handle it. Like, it's a mad intensive game, but if anyone's played that game, is that shit fire? Rematch, the little soccer shit? I need to play that. That shit looks really fun. Looks like some fun online shit. I don't even care much for soccer. Just the game itself looks really fun. Anyways, though, that's gonna be that. Maybe I'll stream again at night, but probably no, because I won't be back until like 11, and at that point I'm tired. If I do come back at night and I still have energy, I'm watching that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I need to see where that shit is going. I need to fucking catch up so I can fucking read this Steel Ball Run bullshit and find out why this is the most glazed literature of all time. I need to find out myself though. I can't rely on anybody else. We'll see y'all soon. Have a great rest of your day. It's beautiful weather out here in this bitch. Is JoJo good? I'm on like episode 12, man. I saw the first 26 episodes in like 2011 when I was like 13. And then high school started and I was like, fuck out of here. Or maybe it was 2012 when it came out. When did that shit come out? Let me look that shit up on my phone real quick. 2012? 2012. October 2012. Facts. Facts. So I just was I in high school? Just starting high school. Yeah. I saw the first 26 episodes, which is part 1 and part 2. What's bro's name? Cars. That's what I remember, man. But yeah, JoJo's mad funny. I actually played this yesterday on stream. Hold on. This shit. I had to take a video of this, show my bros. So I was like, what kind of bullshit show is this? Bro pulled out the text. I saw this shit. I was like, there's no way. Like, but yeah, I'll let y'all know. That shit was funny. I'm happy I liked the first part, but what's his face? Joseph Joestar? No, he's a boss. Jonathan was pretty tough. Jonathan was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, but Joseph is something else. He on some demon time. all the scenes of him versus the ops, and he's like, I'm gonna predict what you say. Yup, I knew you'd say that. This shit is so fucking funny. Anyways, have a good one.